Ellen Shillington, followed by Jerry Peters, and then Steve Meshy, and then Andrew Audette, if we get to 15 minutes.
Good evening, councillors. I'm Keith Shillington, and I nominally reside on Leucadia Scenic Court. We are a nation in multiple crises. Our financial system has created a clean divide in the class system. A small number of people have assets, and a huge number of serfs have debt. Many are without health care. Over 12% are unemployed. 26,287 square miles of the Gulf of Mexico are still contaminated with oil from Deepwater Horizon. There are 10,371 young people in Encinitas in the high-risk group for suicide. Statistically speaking, one of these young people will be successful in committing suicide this year. And statistically speaking, he is probably struggling with being gay. I've come here tonight to speak to that young person. Don't do it. It gets better. I was teased and taunted a lot as a youngster. Occasionally, I still am as an adult. In fact, my partner Bob Nanig used to point out when looking at pictures, I was the kind of kid he used to beat up when he was in high school. Life is worth living, really, even when things seem their darkest. Take my past decade, for example. I seem to have lost pretty much everyone close to me. 2002, my only sibling, my brother, died in March. Taking Mom to his funeral remains the singly most horrific event in my life. Mom died in September that same year. 2003, Dad died 7 years ago today. And in that year, the computer industry effectively crashed. In 2004, I and my beloved partner Bob opened a little coffee house modeled to be the kind of place I want to take my parents. And then in 2008, a cascade of events that started with Bob being bullied by our Medicare system, his reaction to stop taking the medications Medicare wanted him to pay $20,000 for, which they called excess benefits. Medications he'd been taking for over 18 years, which had kept him alive and kept him contributing to our society in so many ways that we continue to find missing. On Valentine's Day of 2009, Bob's body ceased to be capable of supporting life, a common fungus having effectively digested his lungs. This is the second most horrific event in my life and most globally impactful. Bob's absence is still felt deeply by this community, and no number of words can express the black hole opened in my heart. So, my young friend, it sounds pretty grim, doesn't it? But I'm here tonight to tell you it's worth it. In 1850, Alfred Lord Tennyson wrote in his poem In Memoriam 27, I hold it true, whate'er befall, I feel it. When I sorrow most, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. 260 years later, I echo this, and I echo it to you, my one young person of 10,000. Talk to somebody, get through this. One day you'll know, like I to do, I'm glad I failed in my attempts when I was a teenager. Really glad. 16 years I had the privilege and honor to be Bob Nanig's partner. 22 years I worked on the very cutting edge of technology. 5 years I spent creating and operating our local Zocalo, the East Street Cafe. That's all out for you. They're out for you. In fact, as a youth in the city of Encinitas, you're set to do better. Stay alive, live, love, and experience being. It's awesome in the long run. Look for It Gets Better on YouTube. Thank you.